So really simple, you're going to start off with a branch version manager. In that branch version manager, you'll have your connection, your action, in this case it's list, and a feature service URL that you can get directly from your feature service in Portal. So here I'm just going to my portal, my feature service, scroll down and copy and paste this URL into there. After that, I'm going to add an attribute manager. So in this attribute manager, I'm getting today's date, and I'm doing a little math in here as well. Esri gives epoch time, so the time format that they choose is epoch time, which I believe is like time since sometime in 1970, or the seconds between now and 1970. It makes it really easy to do math using the date times, but it's really hard to read as a human. When Esri supplies these values, it's always in milliseconds. FME only understands it in seconds. So anytime you're doing some date time calculations in FME, you'll have to divide what Esri gives you by 1,000. So let's open up the attribute manager and see what that looks like. Opening up the date modified here. So we're just doing some quick division. So this is the current value divided by 1,000. And then I'm also getting today's time in epoch seconds as well. After that, we're going to add a date time converter. This date time converter allows us to modify the time in epoch seconds back to FME time, so we can use other date time functionality within FME later on. And in this case, we're using a date time calculator. So all we're doing here is we're taking our start date time and our end date time, and we're going to see what the result interval is in days. So I want to know how many days old since it was last modified. Next, I'm adding an attribute manager. Here, the attribute manager is just really cleaning up our attributes so I can write it out in an Excel file. And then I'm just rounding the attribute that was given to us. So just round that off so I don't have any decimal points. I don't really care if it's 2.4 days or 2 days. Next, I'm just writing this out to an Excel sheet here. You can see the different options for writing. So we could insert, update, delete. But in my case, I want to truncate my file. So I get a new file every single time. So I'm just setting truncate to yes there. Finally, I'll write out my Excel sheet and I'll view it within FME. And I can see when my versions were last updated. So I have my default that was last updated 4 days ago, as well as my edit version. And that was updated 4 days ago as well.